Hello friends, and welcome back to another monthly reset routine. Today we are resetting for the month of February, the month of love, if you will. So I think that I had to wear a red top for this reset because we have Valentine's Day during February. Not me mentioning Valentine's Day when normally I don't even celebrate. I mean, I am in a long-term relationship, but we're not really doing anything extraordinary during Valentine's Day. But you know, it is fun to enjoy special occasions and to romanticize different celebrations like Valentine's Day. If you're celebrating, great. If you're not celebrating, that's awesome as well. But I know that February is well known for Valentine's Day, so hence the red top, even though red is one of my favorite colors, if not my number one favorite color. So I guess I just wanted an excuse to wear this top. Okay, I just wiped the mascara that I had on my eyelid. Hope nobody saw. I cleared that up. Moving on, how was January for you? How was the first month of the year for you? Let's have a quick little January recap. Grab your tea, grab your coffee. I know that I don't have a tea nor a coffee today, but I'm in a rush to film this video. I just came back from work, had my lunch, and got quickly ready. Then I have to head out again, so I don't have time to, make a coffee, make a tea. But that doesn't mean that you shouldn't have your little beverage with you. Please grab your beverage and let's have a quick January recap. January for me was a nice month. It was a good month. I just want to be positive. But if you watched my last monthly reset routine, you know that I was sick during December. I was coughing a lot, and that cough actually strained my oblique, and now I have to do physiotherapy. I'm not allowed to work out. I am doing physiotherapy. I just cannot catch a break. The past couple of months, there's something wrong with me all the time. I mean, that's not a nice statement to make. Things like that happen. We're humans. We're not made of steel. But it is pretty frustrating, because I was really in pain. I am so much better now. So that's good. And I'm hoping that the physiotherapist will just advise me on how I can work out from now on, because I think that he's going to create a little plan for me for the first little while, and then I will be able to go back to my regular workouts. Anyways, January was a lovely month, but we had that issue with the oblique. I would love to know how January was for you. Don't forget to let me know down in the comments. And let's start checking our January goals to see if I achieved them, if I didn't achieve them. I already know that one of them I didn't achieve, the one that I had set for my workouts, for obvious reasons. But let's start. So my first goal was to do an apartment deep clean and to declutter a couple of spots in the apartment, a couple of closets and drawers, which I did end up doing. Then I wanted to fix my glasses because they were very tight, and I did do that as well. I went to the eyeglass store and they got that fixed for me. Then the third goal is the one that I didn't achieve. Work out 3 times a week. We didn't do that for obvious reasons. We were unable to. It is fine. Moving on. Even though January is the first month of the year, we all have set our goals, we are motivated, we are inspired to work towards our goals, to work out, eat healthy. And even though I try to do that all year round, there is something about January that you want to start your year in a good way, let's say. And me being unable to work out was not the best way to start the year, but I know that it is okay, and I am better now. So blessed and thankful to be better now, and that means that I will be able to work out for the rest of the year. Fingers crossed. My next goal was to start a trip research. One of my goals this year is to take a trip abroad, and I have started making my research about a couple of destinations, hotels, flights. Nothing is set yet, but I did start my research. I am a very organized person. I cannot just book a trip last minute. Wish I was that person, but I need to make my research, take my time before I book a trip, especially if it is abroad. Then I wanted to visit a new cafe. I actually ended up visiting 2 new coffee shops that I had not been to before, and I did film a video where these couple of coffee shops are included. I will have that video linked down below. It is a reading vlog, but normally in my reading vlogs, I take you along through some of my days. If I go to a cafe, if I go to a bookstore, if I'm out and about. So it is a reading vlog, but I still filmed a few shots of me going to these coffee shops. And my last goal was to visit a bookstore. I did do that as well. The same day that I went to these coffee shops, I did end up going to the bookstore as well. My goals were simple as always. I did achieve everything except for the working out 3 times a week goal. So let's set our February goals. I have already brainstormed about these goals, so I know what I'm going to write down. Okay, my February goals are all written down. Let's go through them. I don't know why I wrote them down so close to each other. They look so cramped. I never do that. I don't know why I did that this time. So the first goal is to have one no spend week during this month, especially with wanting to arrange a trip abroad this year. This will cost some money, so I better save some money, right? I mean, I'm always pretty good with saving, and this no spend week goal is a very frequent goal for me. If I don't have this goal every month, I have it every other month, every couple of months. That doesn't mean that if I don't have this goal that I go crazy and that I spend a ton of money every week. I am very much aware about where I spend my money and how I save and everything, but knowing that I have this goal is very helpful, even if it is just one week that I won't spend money on maybe coffee from outside or takeout or making any purchases like a top or an accessory or something, even though I don't ever really buy accessories, nor do I buy clothes that often, but you get what I mean. Knowing that I have this goal makes it easier for me to not spend, because I want to show up for myself and not disappoint myself when the end of the month comes and I will see that I haven't achieved that goal, which is totally fine to not achieve all of your goals every single month. But of course, it feels a lot better if you achieve your goals. And also achieving our goals gives us confidence. If I achieve that one month, I feel like it is easier for me to achieve it another month and then another month. My second goal is to read 6 books. Then my third goal is to finish a series I'm in the middle of. I am in the middle of a few series, book series, not TV series, and I would love to finish at least one of them during February, because being in the middle of multiple series is just stressing me out. It is not ideal, so I want to at least finish one of them. Then hello to the next goal, again to work out 3 times a week. Let's see if that will be possible, if the physiotherapist will allow me to. I think that he will, and I hope that I will feel 100% and that I will be able to work out. Then, ladies, it is that time of the year. I need to book my gynecologist appointment. And girls, please do not tell me that you are neglecting your pap smear, your gynecologist appointment. Girls, women, we gotta go to our doctor. I know it is uncomfortable. I know it feels weird. I know that it is not fun, but we gotta do it. If you have been neglecting and postponing your appointment, this is your sign to book that appointment. Pause this video and go make that appointment. I will wait for you, and if it is the middle of the night, just set yourself a reminder to do it first thing in the morning. We want to be happy, healthy, and strong, right? My next goal is to take my dog Bella for her dog grooming. I feel like she needs a little bit of a freshen up. And then my last goal, which is a very fun goal, is that I want to meet with some of my friends. I think that a lot of people can relate, but as an adult, I feel like we don't meet up with our friends that often. At least I don't. I feel like my days are moving so fast and I'm always busy and I always have something to do, even during the weekends. And a lot of the times during the weekends, I will spend them alone or with my partner, because we also live together. But I don't make plans with friends that often, because there's always something to do. But this is not an excuse. We are all adults. We all have very busy schedules. And of course, there is always something to do. But we gotta make that time, maybe a couple of hours during a weekend, during a Saturday, a Sunday, even 1 hour to meet up with our friends. This is something that I feel like maybe I need to work on more, to meet up with friends, because I do tend to not make plans with my friends. And of course, they are busy as well, but that doesn't mean that we cannot make plans, even if that is 1 week from now, 2 weeks from now, 3 weeks from now. So I want to see some of my friends during February, some friends that I haven't seen in a while. And also, one of my friends is coming from abroad because she lives there, and I'm so happy to see her. I have missed her, I haven't seen her in a while. And of course, I want to prioritize a day to meet her, because she is going to leave again, and I don't know when she will come back and I will be able to see her. So that is a little fun goal that I set for myself, to meet up with my friends. And again, this is also a sign for you. If you have this friend in your mind that you have been wanting to meet up with, or even just call or text them, go ahead and do it. It will make you feel nice. It will make them feel nice. We just got to put effort in relationships, whether that is family relationships, romantic relationships, our friendships. Again, we're all busy. We all have crazy schedules. But that doesn't mean that we have to always stay alone with our busy schedule. I mean, what kind of life is that? So these were my February goals. Comment down below one of the goals that you have for the new month, or a couple of goals. As I have said a million times, I love hearing about other people's goals. It is so much fun to me. I don't know why, I just love it. And how about we have a look at my February mood board? I have already made it. I have set it as my laptop's wallpaper and lock screen already. I just love switching up my laptop's wallpaper with a new mood board each month. I'm very excited to show it to you. So let me grab my laptop and I will be right back. The laptop is secured, and let's have a look at my February mood board. Also, if you are creating monthly mood boards or vision boards, I would love to see them if you feel comfortable sharing them. I have a free book club on Fable, and there we can also post pictures, what we are currently reading, a cozy beverage that we are currently sipping on, or a picture of our day if we are somewhere on vacation. I just love when my book besties over at the book club send me pictures. It makes me so happy and excited. So if you would like to join us, the link will be down below. It is free. Like I said, you can join and you can post there your vision board or just pictures of your daily life, because I am interested in knowing you guys. I love hearing from you. This channel is not only about me. No, this is about us. I'm gonna say something very random now. Okay? It's been on my mind. I don't find it nice when creators don't interact with their audience. You have a channel, right? Your audience is commenting. The least you can do is answer. And I know if you are a mega superstar YouTuber, you cannot answer in every single comment, obviously. But still, there are YouTubers that do take time to answer to their audience. For example, Lena, her channel is called Lena Lives. I will have her also linked down below. I have been following her for years and years. She's such a sweet person. You can just tell. She answers to as many comments as possible, because at the end of the day, creating a channel, shouldn't it be about sharing something and creating a community? How do you see it? I see it as we create a cozy space for people who are similar to us so we can interact and connect. So if somebody comments, the least I can do is answer. And also I want to get to know the people who watch my videos. So with all that being said, if you would like to connect with me on a deeper level, you can follow me on Fable, you can post your pictures there, and we can become besties, because this is not just for me, this is for us. Let's move on. This is my February mood board. I tried to go with a lilac purplish vibe, as we can see. The first picture, of course, has to do with books, bookshelves, books, beautiful decor on the bookshelf. This represents my reading, as always. The second picture, of course, represents me drinking tea, because I drink tea all the time. And even though I'm not sipping on a cup of tea now, I did drink a cup of tea this morning. I had a chamomile. Nobody asked, but then I chose the next picture because first of all, it goes with my aesthetic, the purple aesthetic, and it says, "It all begins and ends in your mind. What you give power to has power over you." If that ain't true, that's why I try to be as positive as I can and keep my thoughts and my mind positive. I try to have my mind as a positive space, because if we think negatively, next thing we know, our whole life is going to be a negative mess. So I just love that quote. Plus, I love the little cat with the moon on her head. Reminds me of Sailor Moon's cat. If you know, you know. Then of course I chose some hearts because, like we said, February, the month of love. The next picture I wanted to represent the workouts that I will hopefully be doing. Then the next picture again represents the trip that me and my partner are planning. And the last picture, can we guess which book I am currently reading? You guessed right, I am currently reading Powerless by Lauren Roberts. I am enjoying it and I wanted to have it in my mood board. And since I shared with you the book that I am currently reading, how about I share with you the books that I read during January? So let's go through all of the books that I ended up reading during January. I did end up reading quite a few of them. I have written them down on my phone so I don't lose track. I keep track of my reading both on my phone's notes and on my Notion. I have a page in Notion where I write down the books that I'm reading and my ratings. So the first book that I read during January was Once Upon a Broken Heart. I gave it 2.75 stars because it was not for me. I didn't enjoy it. I felt that it was very young, and I also decided to not continue with this series. Then the second book that I read was Crooked Kingdom, which is the second book in the Six of Crows duology. I gave it 3.25 stars. Unfortunately, I didn't enjoy it as much as Six of Crows. I loved Six of Crows. It was 5 stars, but for some reason I couldn't connect a lot to the plot of Crooked Kingdom. I still loved our characters, but I could not concentrate and really feel invested in the story and what they were going through. It was not a bad book at all. I still enjoyed it, but I feel like it was not as good as Six of Crows, personally. Then the third book that I read on Kindle Unlimited was Meet Me at the Metro. I gave it 2.75 stars. Again, this was not the book for me. It was a college romance, which, I mean, a college romance is not a bad theme for a book, but again, I just didn't really connect to the story nor to the characters, and it was not one of my favorite reads. The fourth book that I read was Nocticadia, which I enjoyed very, very much. I gave it 4 stars. It was giving gothic, dark academia, horror. We also had romance. I feel like it was a really good book. I was not really crazy about the romance in this book, maybe because it was a student-professor relationship. I don't know, something threw me off there with the professor being so much older, but it was not horrible. But overall the book was really, really good because it was focusing on a disease and illness that had to do with worms, and the main female character's mom died from that disease, and she went to that university to learn more about that disease, and it was so interesting and so much fun. I highly recommend that book. Then the fifth book that I read was the novella of Nocticadia, which is called Phobia. I gave it 3 stars. I was not crazy about it. It was a short, quick read. The horror vibes were kind of heavy. I know that I'm not into horror and I get easily disturbed, but because I did enjoy Nocticadia a lot, I wanted to also read Phobia. Then I read The Scattered Bones, which was my first 5-star read of the year. This book couldn't be more perfect. I mean, yes, it could have been more perfect if it was a long fantasy series, maybe a trilogy. It could also have 4 or 5 books. I wouldn't mind. The book itself is a standalone, but if the author added more characters and more politics and more details and had created a series, I would have loved it too. But I fell head over heels for this book nonetheless. It was so beautiful, so romantic. I loved our main characters, the forbidden romance. It was so much fun to read about, and also I loved seeing our FMC in the then and now chapters because we have a back and forth in time in each chapter, and it's so amazing to see how she used to be and how she has become today. It is such a good book. The writing was beautiful. I highlighted so many quotes. If you are into fantasy, I highly recommend it. And then the last book that I read was Clockwork Prince by Cassandra Clare, which is book number 2 in the Infernal Devices trilogy. I enjoyed this book more than the first book in the series. I still feel like this book reads a bit young for me, but I liked it nonetheless. The thing that I have realized is that maybe the love triangle trope is not for me, and in these books we have a love triangle. It is a huge part of these books, and I feel like I don't necessarily enjoy love triangles. I don't know if it is that I don't like this love triangle or that I don't like them in general. It's just that I was feeling very frustrated, and I was like, girl, choose one guy. You cannot just, go back and forth. And now I see that you choose this guy, but do you really truly love him, or are you playing with him? I don't know. My favorite character is Jem. I am Team Jem. If Jem doesn't have a happy ending, I'm gonna lose it. He deserves his happy ending, and he better live and have his happily ever after, or I'm gonna snap. I love that boy so much. He's such a sweet, kind gentleman. Did I mention my rating? I gave it 3.5 stars. I think that I didn't mention that. I changed my rating for the first book. I dropped it to 3.25 stars because I feel like that was a better rating for the first book. But this was 3.5 stars for sure. I enjoyed it more, but it just feels a bit too young for me. And for the last section of my monthly reset routine, as always, we have my monthly favorites. Favorite number 1, the top that I'm wearing. Why not? Shout out to this top. It is new. It is from Zara. This color is just beautiful. And this neckline up here, I find it very cute. They also have it, I think, in white and black. I would love to get all the colors, but I won't do that. I just went with the red one because, like I said before, I love red. But this is my first favorite, and all the rest of my favorites are songs. I will have them on the screen so you can look them up on Spotify and save them and listen to them and jam. These are some really good songs. I mean, we might not have the same music taste, but I love these songs, especially the Hosier one. It is so The Scattered Bones coded. It reminds me of the main characters of The Scattered Bones. Every time that I listen to the song, I think about these two characters. And that would be all for today's monthly reset routine, guys. So I truly hope you enjoyed this video, my friends. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you're new, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye, friends!